Hey, what's going on, guys? Seth here with the Christ and Sports podcast. And today, in this video, we will be going over Proverbs 10. And as you can see in this bottom right hand corner, it is 1:02 a.m. I am on the grind. And to be honest, I drank too much caffeine, and so I've just been literally playing Fortnite and reading my Bible. It's about 5 p.m. So, anyway, let's go ahead. We'll get into it. Um, so as you can already see, it's a little weird because you've got these gaps in between. And so, starting from here on out, the next 21 chapters, uh, it's gonna be weird because it's gonna sound pretty repetitive and it's gonna be like pretty much it's just like insightful sayings from here on out. There might be a few times where it's not insightful sayings, but like as you can see, oh, dropped my phone. The next in this chapter alone, the next 32 verses are just insightful sayings, one verse at a time. So they might go a little long. I might make this a two-parter depending on how long it takes, but we'll get to that later. Let's jump right into it. Verse 1. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish son heartache to his mother. Pause. Come on, this has been repeated for the past 10 chapters now. Continue. Ill-gotten gains do not profit anyone, but righteousness rescues from death. The Lord will not let the righteous go hungry, but he denies the wicked what they crave. Alright, pause. So, the way that I think about this, it's not actually like literal food, right? That he's talking about. What he's talking about is the hunger of your heart. So, this is what I think of whenever I read this. I think of the wicked that I crave is sin. Sometimes I crave sin, like I don't know, we'll say alcohol, drugs, pornography. Sometimes I crave to tell a lie or something. Um, but so God will deny us those cravings, but he'll supply the righteous their food, and the righteous typically crave God, and God will give Himself to the righteous. Let's continue on. Idle hands make one poor, but diligent hands bring riches. All right, so here we go. As a Christian, idle hands make one poor. Whenever I'm not reading my Bible and I'm being lazy and just sitting on my phone instead of reading the Bible, I notice that I get into deeper sin, deeper struggles. I'll get depressed again. I'll get anxious, But when I'm diligent, I'm on top of my game. Now let's apply that to academics. You don't study for the test, you get a poor grade. You do be diligent and do study for the test, you get a rich grade. Athletics. If you don't put the work in, you don't lift weights, you don't do the skill set, guess what? You're going to make for a poor athlete. But if you do the weightlifting, and you do the skill works, and you're diligent with it, you will be a good athlete. See, like, this is what I'm talking about with kind of a common sense book. But we'll continue on verse 5 here. The son who gathers during summer is prudent, and the son who sleeps during harvest is disgraceful. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The remembrance of the righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. For example, Hitler, Stalin, any terrible person you can think of ever has a tarnished name. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Set acknowledged first in this book. Let's continue on. Verse 8. A wise heart accepts commands, but foolish lips will be destroyed. The one who lives with integrity lives securely, but whoever perverts his ways will be found out. A sly wink of the eye causes grief, and foolish lips will be destroyed. Pause. The words foolish lips will be destroyed is repeated literally twice in the past 3 verses. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, answering a text. And then also I wanted to comment on this. When it says perverts, it's not talking about someone who is sexually driven or whatever. Originally, the definition of perverts is to be turned crooked, to be corrupted. But we'll continue on. Verse 11 here. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Pause. Verse 11 connects to, where was it? Verse 6 here. The mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Must be important, you better remember it. Verse 12 here. Hatred stirs up conflicts, but love covers all offenses. Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning, but a rod is for the back of the one who lacks sense. The wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of the fool hastens destructions. A rich man's wealth is his fortified city, and the poverty of the poor is their destruction. The labor of the righteous leads to life, and the activity of the wicked leads to sin. Verse 17. The one who follows instruction is on the path to life, but the one who rejects correction goes astray. Watch this. The one who follows not instruction but Christ is on the path to life, but the one who rejects not correction but Christ goes astray. Continue on. Verse 18. The one who conceals hatred has lying lips, and whoever spreads slanders is a fool. The one who conceals hatred would be like the Mean Girls. I've never actually seen Mean Girls, but I kind of understand the concept where this friend group is like really nice to everybody, but on the inside of the friend group, they hate everybody. And so they're really lying to everyone, saying, oh, we love you. But in reality, they hate them. And so they're lying to everybody. Verse 19. When there are many words, sin is unavoidable, but the one who controls his lips is wise. Sometimes I think to myself, well, can't cuss and curse if you don't speak. Can't tell lies if you don't speak. Can't gossip if you don't speak. So sometimes I'm like, I should just keep my mouth shut. Right? I can't sin if my mouth is shut. And that's pretty wise to say. Literally says so right here. The one who controls his lips is wise. Continue on. Verse 20. The tongue of the righteous is pure silver. The heart of the wicked is of little value. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of sense. The Lord's blessings and riches and struggles add nothing to it. As shameful conduct is pleasure for a fool, so wisdom is for a man of understanding. What the wicked dreads will come to him, but what the righteous desire will be given to them. Again, so this is connecting back to goodness. No. Verse 3. So verse 3 and verse 24 are connecting to each other in the sense that the Lord will not let the righteous go hungry, but he denies the wicked what they crave. And then in 24, the wicked won't get what they crave, but instead what they dread. And again, the righteous will get what they desire and what they're hungry for. And again, I'll repeat this again. Usually, what the righteous desire is God. And what the wicked dread is God, but not in the same sense that the righteous are getting God. More in the sense that they'll get God as judgment. But let's go to 25 here. And then this kind of will wrap us up. When the whirlwind passes, the wicked are no more, but the righteous are secure forever. Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so the slacker is to the one who sends him on an errand. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, but the years of the wicked are cut short. The hope of the righteous is joy, but the expectation of the wicked comes to nothing. So, pause here on verse 28. The expectation of the wicked comes to nothing. I would also say that could be translated as the expectation of the wicked comes to hell. Hell is pretty much nothing. Continue on. The way of the Lord is a stronghold for the honorable, but destruction awaits the malicious. The righteous will never be shaken, but the wicked will not remain on earth. The mouth of the righteous produces wisdom, but a perverse tongue will be cut out. Pause. This has been repeated a few times, and this overall idea has been repeated throughout this whole chapter. So this must be pretty important, pretty universal, pretty commonly understood. And to wrap it up, verse 32, the lips of the righteous know what is appropriate, but the mouth of the wicked only what is perverse. So what would be appropriate? Who decides what is appropriate? Newsflash, it's probably the guy that wrote this book. The big book, the Bible. God. God probably decides what is appropriate. Well, where do we find out what is appropriate? Well, what is appropriate would probably be what Jesus Christ himself did. But the mouth of the wicked only has what is perverse. Yeah, I can attest. Myself, I've made it pretty clear. I'm a broken individual that happened to find Jesus. I'm no expert. I consider myself a strong Christian, but I still understand the fact that I am considered wicked. And it is only through Jesus Christ and his death on the cross for my sins that I am no longer considered wicked in the eyes of God. But I still have the mouth of the wicked. Sometimes on the baseball field, God can overcome anything. But on the baseball field, sometimes it's as if there is no God there. And me and my teammates, it's just a whole different culture. I mess up. First thing that comes out of my mouth is the F word. That's my natural inclination. And boom, it's my mouth. And I am wicked because I'm saying corrupted things. Or, guys being guys, the way we talk, you know, pretty wicked stuff. Not appropriate stuff. But Anyway, it's kind of a downbeat to end on, but it's the Bible for you. Uh, love you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or prayer requests, you can either drop them in the comment section below, or you can go to this Instagram right here. Follow me, DM me. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to pray for you. But that will wrap it up for today. See you. Click, click. Bro, what? What on earth? What?